Ya shona golwe zo taba salawat Ali Muhammad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanirrahim maliki yawmiddin. ثم الصلاة والسلام على الأشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبو القاسم مصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وأجل فرجهم وأهل بيته طيبين الطاهرين سيما بقية الله في العالمين ولعنة الله من أعدائهم إلى يوم هذا وإلى يوم الدين. وصلى الله يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء وصلى الله يا ابن رسول الله وصلى الله عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. Respected brothers, elders and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
First and foremost, ke rata ho tshedisa lena balatedi le baratiwa ba Ahlul Bait. E tshedise bohle ba tseleng matsapa bona ho lo ithuta tumelo ya Islam, our scholars and all our maraj. E tshedise haholoholo moemedi wa rona, moeteledipele wa rona wa kajeno, Imam Zaman ajalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Indeed, today it is the sad day. Letsatsi la bohloko, letsatsi le loreng le tshwaragane le dipelo tsa rona. Modimo o re memme letsatsing lena hore re ska tlisa mmele ya rona fela, hape re tlise le dipelo tsa rona. Because our connection to Imam Hussain and what has happened to Imam Hussain, it is our connection with our hearts. It is said that in respect to the killing of Imam Hussain, the event, that incident, it will never die out in the hearts of mu'minin. It will burn until Yawmul Qiyamah, or even beyond Yawmul Qiyamah. So inshallah, today ke batla ho hatisa haholo hore rona re le batho re hlakane ka letsatsi lena, re hlakantshitsweng ke eng. Inshallah, we have gathered here because of the greatest sacrifice of Imam Hussain and what it means to us, and then why Imam Hussain rised against the tyrant of his time. Inshallah, I will never be very long. I will be very brief, inshallah, in my topic. One, I want to speak about the reason why Imam Hussain rose up against Yazid, against the tyranny of Yazid. We all know that the saying of Imam Hussain when he said that Utsuile to revive the religion of his grandfather, and also he will invite people towards good and forbid that which is evil. We all know that. This is one of the sermon Eloring. It's been recited throughout the month of Muharram. However, one issue that I want to highlight is because the religion of Islam, the essence of the religion of Islam was being threatened. That which makes Islam, Islam was being threatened. Meaning, the knowledge itself was being threatened. Remember, we entered into the religion, the first word which was given to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Iqra. That is one of the fundamentals, or that is one of the pillars which the religion rests upon. It was ignorance against knowledge. So one had to demonstrate what knowledge truly is, and one had to demonstrate what ignorance truly is. Because you must understand, during the time when Imam Hussain rose up, people were still accustomed to Caliphate being the representatives of Islam. So anyone who sat in that chair of Caliphate was a representative of Islam. So anything that he upheld, anything analiona, ne represent what Islam is. So people were accustomed to that. And people like Yazid would sit in a position where they would represent Islam, then Islam will represent ignorance. And Islam is not about ignorance, it's all about knowledge, light. So darkness was ne aparela umma ya Islam. Kore batho ne batla sala ba etsang ba phupuletsa what Islam really is. Ne never ba tsebe what is truly Islam is. So Imam Hussain had to stand up. I think a suselletse, I think a reignite the light of Islam. So that but what saying but we muli fifi ba kai ko khani. Meaning even the guidance of Islam was being threatened. And once you threaten the essence of Islam, then Islam will rise up, most definitely. Once you threaten the guidance of Islam, or the guide, or what Islam really is, then it is indeed in danger. Someone had to rise up and do something about it. Imam Hussain rose up. I sang Atlisa Khanya, Moloring Ummah, the nation of Islam was what? Ne aparalakin kilifif. So Imam Hussain had to rise up and demonstrate what Yazid represents has nothing to do with Islam. If you unka elelwa after Yazid, the Caliphate position was not regarded as essentially as part of Islam. Anyone of Wadulamo Udula because of all powerful. Necessarily ya representative of a Muslim or Islam. It was no longer about that. So how the successorship was continuing, it was no longer an issue to Muslims. The politics of it was never an issue. Or after Kenama, immediately after Imam Hussain rose up. But before, anyone who sat in the position of Caliphate represented what Islam is. So everyone was involved. Anyone had an opinion about who sits in the position of Caliphate. They had something to say. If someone they had something to say. But immediately after, it was no longer about whoever sat is sitting. Hence, the Ntonele among themselves, the powerful. Among themselves, even as families. Why? Because Imam Hussain removed this caliphate of political caliphate away from Islam, extracted it from Islam, what Islam represents. So whoever Nabdullah as what? As just a leader who sits there because he is powerful, he has money, he is an elite. Not because of he represents the values and the characteristics of what a Muslim should be, what a Muslim leader should be. That's why and happened Imam Hussain what he did, he penetrated a governance which was impenetrable, which is in Basra. You wouldn't never overthink the Muawiyah and his children when they are in Basra. That was their own stronghold. But how do we penetrate? Because that's where the problem is. That's where all the government's issues were being regarding the Muslim affairs. How do we penetrate it? Imam Hussain had to rise up and make sure that even the weakest seen by the society, women entered there and penetrated that area and made it unstable, left it unstable. How did it happen? Because Imam Hussain rose up. Because not of but because the strength and the victory that was upheld by Imam Hussain penetrated into the dens, the lion's den, and destabilized the lion's den, and then until today we see what Islam it is today. So inshallah, the next thing that I want to speak about is what it means to us. Do we have to sit like this and always remember Imam Hussain ceremonially every Muharram Gadula, and then Imam Hussain, then we depart and we go back to our comfortable areas and we continue with what we are doing? No. This is where the spark should be. What are we standing against? We are standing against Yazid. Yazid principles and ideologies are still alive until today. Especially Rona in the township. What do we do about it? So if Imam Hussain rose up against the tyranny and injustice, that means he demonstrated what Islam is all about. Islam is about fighting against social injustices that we see in our communities. Islam is all about political justice in our community. Islam is all about removing that which is a distress to our community and bring that which is peaceful in our community. It's not a ceremonial gathering that we make tasbih and we do salah and all of that. It goes beyond that. We need to touch our brothers and sisters out there with the message of Islam. This is the only time when we really know what political Islam really means, what activism really means. We only know it during the time of Muharram. Because one of our own, one of our leader, one of the one that we respect and highly appreciate, stood up against injustice on his own. So to us, we need to demonstrate what he stood for. We need to fight injustices that we see in our township. We need to fight injustices that are intending to bring mayhem and destroy our small communities. We need to fight them. We need to restore the dignity of black people in our community.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
We need to restore the dignity of the marginalized in our community. Indeed, we are on our own. But since we are on our own, we should gather our own resources to make sure that the message of Islam is lapi. The number that we have here, it's enough to make a strong wave that will cover the whole of our townships, to make sure that the little number that we have here, because we are here to remember Imam Hussain, and then our strength we get it from Imam Hussain, inshallah. Ke sa batho bua holo inshallah, ke dumelle ba bang ba tlo kgona ho tla o tlo bea mantswe a bona inshallah, a mabedi a mararo inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength of Imam al-Hussain, inshallah.
May
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength and fight against the injustice that we face in our township, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen us and unite us, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among the people who will aid the Imam of our time, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among the people who will become a stronghold and a strong shield against those who tend to threaten the Imam of our time, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us sacrifice our life for Imam al-Zaman, inshallah. Ya Allah. Rahman al-Rahim, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma